All right, what's going on, guys? It's Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about an interesting topic. This is a viewer-requested topic, so it's not my idea. I'm not taking credit for it. This is from you guys. So a lot of people have requested this. Thought I would do it. Is it possible, is it inside the realm of possibility that a zombie apocalypse could occur in the real world? Not really. Not in the way that we typically think of, the undead walking the earth. Could something similar to that happen? Oh, yes. Will it happen? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Let's talk about it. Okay, so obviously, the dead are the dead. That's it. It's over. But I can see something like some kind of biological weapon being engineered by the military, and probably the U.S. military. I mean, let's be realistic here. If someone makes it, it's going to be the U.S. military. You just know it. I know it. You know it. Don't even argue about it. So if you want to, whatever, write in the comments. But I'm not going to respond because I think it's silly. If it's going to be the U.S. military if somebody creates that kind of biological weapon. So obviously, in terms of biological engineering, weapons, and that kind of stuff for the military, that's pretty small scale now. They've kind of confined that. I don't think they're doing too much of that nowadays. However, we're able to think about it. If we're able to think of something, then it all of a sudden sort of becomes that much closer to being into the realm of possibility, because we can do things that people at one time probably would have thought were impossible. For example, invisibility, for one, which it sounds like it's impossible, but then you think about our technology now, and it's actually kind of simple. All you would do is put cameras all around, right, and then screens, and basically show on the screen what the camera records behind, and that's it. So that's just one example. There's all kinds of other things that you probably at some point in time people would think is impossible, but as technology progresses, things become closer. So it is possible we could see something like in 28 Days Later, where the people become infected with a rage type stuff. So I could see something like that happening, but even if it's not a zombie apocalypse, a lot of things could be applicable to what we may experience in the real world, or maybe not us, but our grandchildren probably not our children, but our grandchildren. And the reason why is because we are, as a species, running out of finite resources on the planet. Okay, we are running out of resources that we need. The next closest one that's going to be the biggest problem, of course, as you guys all know, will be oil. We use up so much oil, it's unbelievable. And we are consistently, not every year, but if you look at it like every 10, 20 years, using more all the time. And there's only so much out there. Now, the thing about it is how much is out there, and when will it run out? Well, we don't know. That's the problem. People can make projections, and people can say, well, the thing is that over the last 100 years, everything was good a while ago, but then we hit peak oil, and then we started to dip, so to speak, where what it basically means is we're not finding many new spots where we can drill for oil. We're not finding many new reservoirs, so to speak, of oil underground. So they're having now what they have to do is look for other ways to get it, like the Alberta tar sands in Canada, which basically it's like oil mixed in sand, and they're going to have to clean it and take it out and all this different stuff, as well as underwater in the ocean we'll have to drill. So we don't know when we're going to run out, but when we do, you best believe shit is going to hit the blow dryer. I'm serious, because think about it. Now, a lot of people think, okay, well, we don't have transportation. We'll run out of oil, so we won't be able to drive as far and stuff like that. That's not it. It's way, way bigger of a problem than that, because everything that we produce, from your food to plastic to material goods to, everything runs in some way on oil. The machines that power these things, everything in some way or another is going to run on oil. Farming, all this kind of stuff, transporting all of these things, like these big trucks use a ton of oil. How are we going to move stuff around? You can, maybe if you can produce it just using regular electricity, how are you going to move it? And of course people will say, oh, well, don't worry about it. We'll figure out a way to solve the problem before it becomes a problem. That's not, I don't think so. I don't agree with that. That's not the human way of doing things. We don't do that. We don't, business-wise, we don't do that. We don't sort of solve problems before they happen. We kind of wait until it gets to a boiling point, and then we figure something out, which is kind of what we're doing with the oil thing, which is why you don't hear many people talking about it, because they're just saying, forget about it. We'll deal with it when we get to it. Now, we will be dead at that point, probably. It may start to come into play when we get to our, like, 30, 40, 50 years from now. But eventually, our kids or our grandkids are going to have to deal with this problem. And, technology, it's like a race. Technology versus running out. And once we do, we better have something that is realistic in terms of, replacing that. So I can see when we start running out of that and people start going hungry, people starting to lose their minds. I mean, just think about it for a second. And the overpopulation, there's people everywhere, not enough food, no transportation. Pretty soon, fat chicks are going to start looking like Big Macs. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. All right, people starve for a couple days and things happen, okay? Things happen. So is it possible that a zombie apocalypse could happen in the real world? Well, not exactly the way we think of it, but is it possible that something similar could happen? I think it can, and I think eventually it probably will. Something, well, not entirely similar, but somewhat, Anyway, humor me. It's a fun topic. Let me hear what you guys have to say about it. Right in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Fat chicks looking like Big Macs. Later, guys. Peace.